We're from Guinness World Records.
And this is our WIRED Autocomplete Interview. We are going to be unveiling our Guinness World Records 2023 edition. So what are some Guinness World Records titles to break?
We do have a database with over 60,000 records, which means that we have literally something for everyone. We kind of encourage people to search through it, figure out what they're passionate about, no matter how unique, and just kind of pursue it.
So as Guinness World Records employees, we technically can't break records.
But what we do sometimes in the office is road test. So we, like when we're opening new record titles, we'll just go ahead and like try some. I once tried the most Cheeto Puffs eaten in 3 minutes. And unfortunately I could only do 20, which felt very low, but I was pretty proud of myself.
What do you get with a Guinness World Records or a GWR?
Well, you get the pride and joy of knowing that you've broken a Guinness World Records title and you're the best in the world at something. But you also get a really cool record holder certificate with your achievement on it.
And you get to join a really cool community of record holders that are really supportive of each other.
What are the wackiest Guinness World Records titles?
We recently verified the first retractable lightsaber, which was pretty awesome. We also have Kevin Fast, who breaks a lot of records with us. He's pulled so many incredible items, like an airplane, a bus.
My favorite Kevin Fast one is heaviest sled pulled. Mm-hmm. So he dressed up as Santa Claus and pulled a sled with like presents and stuff in it, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
What is the hardest GWR?
So I think it depends on the skill level of the person, of the human, whoever's doing the record attempt. It can range from M&M stacking to climbing the tallest mountain. Surprisingly, the tallest stack of M&Ms, you would think it's pretty easy. It's very challenging. The current record is 7. Guinness World Records, who is the tallest person in GWR?
So the tallest living man, his name is Sultan Kozan. He's from Turkey, and he is over 8.5 feet. So the shortest living man is Eduardo El Nino Hernandez, and he stands at 2 feet 4 inches.
Who holds the GWR for eating the most Big Macs?
So the record holder for the most Big Macs eaten in a lifetime is Donald Gorski. As of December 2021, he has eaten 32,672 Big Macs. Who holds the GWR for most languages spoken?
So that as a category, we have so many different language records. The most spoken language by native speakers is actually Mandarin Chinese. Fun fact, the most widely spoken fictional language is actually Klingon. So for the Star Trek fans, you guys are really making that language circulate across the globe. All right.
Does GWR have anything to do with the drink?
So it does. Sir Hugh Beaver, who was the managing director of the Guinness Brewery in the early 1950s, was part of a hunting party, and all of him and his friends in the hunting party were curious what the fastest game bird in Europe is, and no one knew the answer. They went home, they checked. None of the reference books had it. So this gave him an idea a few years later to create a book of fun facts to help settle pub disputes. So that's where the Guinness Book of Records, the original version, came out of. Fun fact, the first editions actually had waterproof pages. So this way they were in the pubs, and just in case anything spilled on them or they fell or anything, they were pretty durable and they can continue to help settle those disputes. Does the GWR have a database for every record broken?
Yes. We have a record database. We have over 60,000 different types of records. If you're ever interested in applying to like break a record, you can visit our website. You can search the database yourself and see all the different types of records that are there, and pick one that you want to try.
Does Guinness World Records reach out to record breakers?
We do. Our in-house research team will reach out to current or potential record holders, especially if there's something circulating in the news or on social media. But we always say, you don't have to wait for us to reach out to you. Just apply for a record. Just go for it. Okay, Guinness World Records. GWR man who ate a plane.
So we have a title for the strangest diet, and this is by Michael Lotito, I believe, who was from France. He would eat metal and glass. He realized that he was able to do this when he was having a drink of something and the glass broke, and then he was able to eat the glass. So he continued with that diet through the rest of his life, and he ate over 200 pounds, I believe, of metal and glass.
GWR fingernails.
So our fingernail records are probably one of our most iconic records. They're just an incredible, beautiful piece of art, essentially, for every person that wears them. I've had the honor of seeing Ayana Williams, who was our former record holder for the longest fingernails on a pair of hands female, and they were absolutely beautiful. Guinness World Records, the GWR title for the longest hair.
The longest hair ever was a woman in China who had been growing her hair since she was 13 years old. And then we just had a former record holder for longest hair on a teenager, and that was Nilanshi?
Yep,
Nilanshi Patel. She's from India. And she had hair, it went like all the way down to her feet. She recently just cut it off, so she's no longer the record holder. So again, looking for a record holder. If you've got long hair, apply.
Guinness World Records title for the biggest poop.
So this is another one that we don't monitor, just really not something that we could verify or standardize.
Hygienically.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of other record titles for folks to apply for, so there's no shortage.
GWR, quietest place on earth.
So the quietest place on earth is a chamber in Microsoft's headquarters in Redmond, Washington. And it is so quiet, they've set this up that you can't hear an echo. It is just completely silent. It was made, I believe, with several layers of concrete, and it has these pieces of fiberglass that also break up the sound waves. So even if someone claps, you don't hear that sort of snap back afterwards. So it's pretty interesting. If you're looking for a really quiet room, Microsoft has the secret.
Okay, so what Guinness World Records? Oop. Uh-oh.
Looks like...
What is the biggest dog in the world?
So the tallest dog that has a Guinness World Records title ever is Zeus. He was a Great Dane, and he measured over 44 inches tall. What is the Guinness World Records title for the longest fart?
So we don't monitor this record, so do not feel free to apply for this one. When we open records, we always have to have certain record criteria. So some of those are like measurable, verifiable, standardizable. So in this case, we would not monitor this because we would not be able to verify this accurately.
Or standardize it.
Or standardize it.
Okay, what is the longest FaceTime call?
We don't have a record for the longest FaceTime call, but we do have a record for the longest telephone/video conversation for a team of two. And that one is 54 hours and 4 minutes. Wow. Imagine talking to your boo for that long.
That's a long time.
It is a long time. What is the Guinness World Records title for longest kiss?
We've got a few fun ones for longest kiss. We have the longest kiss in apnea, which is underwater, and that was over 3 minutes long. And then we also have the longest habanero pepper kiss. Yeah. So you actually have to eat the pepper, but then you have to kiss your partner.
No water.
There's no water involved.
Yeah.
You gotta just go right into it. So it's pretty impressive. What is the Guinness World Records title for holding your breath? Underwater, sorry.
We don't measure records just for holding your breath underwater, but what we do is we have records that you can do underwater. For example, we have the longest underwater walk in one breath, and the record for that is 350 feet. So the record holder was able to walk 350 feet underwater without coming up for a breath, which is...
Wow.
Yeah. All right, how Guinness World Records? How many GWR books are there?
So there are 68 editions of Guinness World Records. We are going to be unveiling our Guinness World Records 2023 edition. So here is the cover. And fun fact, the 2021 edition, 2022, 2023, and 2024, they're all a jigsaw. So you can lay the covers down on the floor and they all connect.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you
really cool.
if you kind of put it out like that, they'll all connect. So you can see basically a universe of record breaking, which is pretty awesome.
How does GWR make money?
We make money in a few different ways. We're excited to work with businesses and organizations that want to incorporate this record-breaking fun into any of their plans. Guinness World Records, the annual book, is still a bestseller globally. It comes in 40 languages, over 100 countries, and we sold over 1.8 million books in 2021 alone. We also produce TV shows across the globe. We also have a really incredible social media presence across Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and we actually have over 70 million followers across all of the accounts. And TikTok, we have over 19 million, and we were one of the top 3 brands on there.
How much is a Guinness World Records title worth?
A Guinness World Records title is pretty priceless.
And there's nothing better than telling somebody I'm the best in the world at something, so, priceless.
Yeah, truly priceless. Okay, how do animals win Guinness World Records titles?
So we have a lot of different records that feature animals who are the record holders. They're done with the owners of the animals, helping them achieve the record, and they're all so much fun. I love them all. The big thing that we make sure is, like, when we're working with animals or when animals are gonna break a Guinness World Records title, is that they remain safe the whole time, that they're never being forced or pushed or exploited. So we have a lot of big safety rules around that, but otherwise, we're just happy to see all the different kinds of things that animals can do.
There's some pretty cool ones. We've seen a dog and a cat ride a scooter.
And Binny the Bunny.
Binny the Bunny, yeah. Binny holds the record for the most basketball shots in a minute, I believe, by a rabbit. They have 7. They got 7 shots in. Guinness World Records, we really invite people to discover their world, whether that's through human body or nature or skills or collections. There is something for everyone there, and we want to inspire the world to be a better place and celebrate each other. And you can also learn a thing or two.